Tony, we're pretty even when it comes to skill and experience, but I'm almost positive that if we were going for the same job, you'd get it. Why is that? And fellow members, the answer he gave me really set me on a path. He said, it's all in the sizzle. Don't sell the steak, sell the sizzle. And when he said it, I played it off like, right on, I can dig it. But when he walked away, I was like, sizzle, what is he talking about? I can't grill to save my life. So I Googled it. And what I found out is it was a statement by a man named Elmer Wheeler. And it was basically about sales training. We all know the golden rule, which is treat people how you want to be treated. Well, the platinum rule is to treat people how they want to be treated. And I saw a bigger idea outside of that. You see, to me, sizzle means a steady infusion of zest and zeal for living with enthusiasm. That's the secret sauce right there, enthusiasm. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, nothing great is ever achieved without enthusiasm. Ontario C. Jackson said, he was right. Quick survey here. Let's say we're all going to the steakhouse, right? And there are two lines. Each line has a cook equal in skill. The first line, the cook, he's a little quiet, a little to himself, friendly, but quiet. You get the idea that he's there to flip the steaks until it's time to go home. The second chef, he's laughing and joking, engaging the customers. Hey, how you doing? You're going to enjoy this one, Now, ask yourself, which line do you think is longer and which one got the most tips? Just by a show of hands. How many of you would go to the first line of Mr. Quiet? All right, and what about the second line of Mr. Happy? As I was going to say, everybody who chose the first one, I need y'all to leave right now because you're too negative and I can't help you. I'm just joking, I'm glad y'all are here. So now that we've defined sizzle, let's talk about how we find your sizzle. It's in the 4-step process that I'm going to cover with you today. And the first step is going to be understanding. You have to first understand the game that you're in and the rules and tools that apply to it. Now, we're all in different professions, different fields of study, so we follow different rules. But there is one rule that applies across the board, and that is the customer first. Now, who is your first and thereby most important customer of the day? You are. You have to sell yourself to yourself every day. Are you capable to get out of bed? Are you presentable enough to go out in public? Are you ready to go out into the world? There was a time when I would look at myself in the mirror and I'd be like, oh, you again. I thought I told you to stop eating so much cake. And that attitude reflected itself in everything I did. Nowadays, when I look in the mirror, it's like, there he is. Hello, handsome. Looking strong today, baby. And to get to that step is through this next step, which is going to be acceptance. Acceptance of yourself, especially your flaws. Some of them you'll be able to change. Some of them you'll just have to get used to and learn to embrace. Like, for example, let's say if you feel like you're too short, take comfort in the fact that tall people usually die faster. Or what if you feel like you're too tall? At least you have a big heart. Short people have bad attitudes. Or what if you feel like you're too ugly? Then get a dog, because dogs love everybody. And you got to yourself. So once you get that sizzle going, you go to the next step, which is going to be appreciation. Learn to appreciate everything and everyone, because there is something to appreciate about everything and everyone, except liver. All right, that's just a disclaimer. There's this phrase. You may have heard it yourself, especially if you have teenagers. You may have even said it. I know I've said it before. But it goes, I don't need anybody. The most ignorant phrase in the English language. Because if you were dropped in the middle of Antarctica, as bare as the day you were born, no provisions, no food, no clothes, no vehicle, no bazooka for the polar bears, How long do you think you're going to last? Not long at all. And what if we did have to grow our own food, make our own clothes, build our own cars? We wouldn't be in half the position that we are right now. Somebody has done that for us. So learn to be appreciative and say thank you. The last stuff I want to cover with y'all today is sharing. Once you generate that love for yourself, that sizzle, share it with the world. Because there are plenty of people out there, everyone is fighting their own personal battle. And that small bit of positivity, that small act of kindness, could be just what they need to push them through and have a better day, or maybe even be a better person. So in conclusion, when you're finding your sizzle, that steady infusion of zest and zeal for living with enthusiasm, remember it starts with understanding, acceptance, appreciation, and sharing. Mr. Toastmaster.